Hello, this is John Graham. I'm here to show you how to draw a simple detail in SpoolFab. SpoolFab is normally used to make isometric drawings of pipe and fittings, but sometimes an isometric drawing simply can't make it clear what the fitter and welder need to do, so you need to add a detail.
Anyway, before we even start sketching detail, we should learn a little bit about how to move things around. So one way to move things around is to select them and then use the arrow keys. So I'll hit F12 to get into select mode, and then draw a little window around the parts I want to move. So I've just selected these few little elements here. They've turned blue. If I press the down arrow, they go down. I can make them go left and right by pressing left and right arrows. If I press the 0, then the movement gets to be smaller. If I hold down the up key, it keeps going up, down key down, and so on. Now if I want to, let's just put it back. This was really just to show you how to move things because it's very useful. I'll move it close to where it needs to be. If you press the 5, as I said, the 5 key gets you to larger movement. Press the 0 key before the arrow keys to switch to smaller movement. And if you really want small movement, you go Alt 0. So press the Alt key and then 0. And then you get very, very small movement. And so you can position very finely. So I get it to where I want it, and then press Enter. Okay, so we're going to start by redrawing this. I'll press F12 to select the whole thing by drawing the window around it. Oh, I'm in very small movements, so I'll press 5 to get to bigger movements. And it's there, so we can leave it up there. So I'll start drawing, no more delays here. So I right-click in open space, hit Draw Your Own Detail, Line, and I'll just draw the line. I'm going to draw this line here. I'm just going to copy that. So, okay, so I draw the line from there to there. And then I'll draw the vertical line that's next to that. Goes there. Now I'm going to press Escape and F12 and select that particular vertical piece, and then Control C to copy it, and Control V to paste it. And then I'm going to move it. I'm going to have to move it with small increments. So I'll go Alt 0 to move to small movements, small increments. I'm going to get it right next to the other one just to make sure it's going to be right angles. So we just make it as wide as we want and press Enter. Then right click, draw your own detail, line, hold down the Alt key, go close to the end of that line, make one click, and then I'll go over to here. Now I'm not pressing the Alt key right now. You'll notice that it's constrained to go to the angles that are either horizontal, vertical, or multiples of 30 or 45 degrees. So it goes 30, 45, 60, 90. Anyway, I can just press click here to get it to join on. Now I'll press the Alt key. I'm sorry, I'm going to draw this little piece here is going to be done using an ellipse. So I can right click and choose, half ellipse. So I pick F, half ellipse. I hold down the Alt key, get close to this end here, left click, and then press the Alt key here, click, and so I've drawn that. Now I can right click and hit L for line, or I can just hit the letter L. You don't see anything happen, but I've done it now. And so we're going to draw a line here. I draw the line over to here. Okay. Then let's draw this vertical line here. I press, well, actually, you can just do this freehand. It's not that difficult. So I draw that from there to there. And remember, this is just a detail. It doesn't have to be super precise. I press the Alt key, join on there, release the Alt key, draw this over as far as I want. Then draw a vertical line here. And it's just going to be vertical. I'm not pressing any other keys right now, except I'm just using the mouse. Again, I'm going to use that little trick we had before, F12, to copy this. Control C, Control V, and I'll press 5 to get to large movements, 0 to get to somewhat smaller movements, Alt 0 to get to very small movements. Make sure it's lined up there, make it as wide as we want. Press Enter, and then right click, draw your own detail line, press the Alt key, click there, just do that part by eye, and then right click or press F for half ellipse. So there is F, and I'm drawing a half ellipse now. I press the Alt key to make the little red circle appear. So I got that done. Now I'm pressing L to switch to lines. And go from, well, actually, let's do it from here. I'll press the Alt key to join on there, and then down to there. And the Alt key to join on there. We'll bring it over to here. There. Now, this is a little trickier. We need to make a quarter circle here to join on. So the option for that is Q for quarter circle. And I'll hold down the Alt key, get close to that corner, left click, and I just need to, well, I can make it whatever radius I want, but didn't have to hold down any other keys for that. Similarly, I'm pressing the Alt key to get that connected, and this just has to look right. I think that looks about right there. Then we can draw a line across between the two, and so I press L to switch to line mode, and then join on there. Actually, I'm going to I'm actually just going to use freehand because it's more important that it be horizontal than that it join on here. Okay, and then we want to put something up top here, so let's right click and hit box. Now if I draw a box, it's going to be constrained to be a square, or but we want a narrow box, so I need to hold down the Shift key, and that way we'll get a box that's long and skinny like what we need. So put it there, and then it's not quite centered, so I press F12, draw that box around it, press the 0 so we get smallish movements, bring it down a bit. There, that's okay. Now right click, draw your own detail line, press the Alt key to join it on here, and I'm pressing the Shift key so that I can get any angle I want, and I'm just going to join it on there by eye. Again, press the Alt key, Shift key to make it any angle I want, and then join on there by eye. Now we need these vertical pieces. Here I don't hold down any keys at all. I just by eye click there, join that, and then I press the Alt key to join on the bottom, Now I'm not pressing any keys, so I come over to here. The Alt key joins on, and then I'm not pressing any keys. We get it to there. Now this one, I'm just going to, again, I'm just going to do it without pressing any keys at all. Now I'm going to copy this, so I press F12, copy that, Control C, Control V, and 5 to make larger movements, 0 to make smaller movements. I want to make it about, yeah, that's okay. It can be that wide. And then right click, draw your own detail box. I'll draw the box on here. And hold down the Shift key so that I get any aspect ratio I want. Put it like that. And then Escape, F12, pick that. And I'm going to go Alt 0. So I get very small movements. I put that on there. Enter. Now what are we missing? Oh, this is supposed to be ellipses here. So we'll go F12. Take this to fix this little mistake here. And then I go right click, draw your own detail, ellipse. Hold down the Alt key. Oh, I'm sorry, that was an ellipse. I just get rid of that. Ellipse is actually not E, but F for half ellipse. So it's half ellipse. Hold down the Alt key, join on there, bring it to about the middle. Then hold down the Alt key, bring it to there, join it, and then from there to there. Okay, so it's not quite done. There's a little bit more to put on here, but you get the drift. Anyway, if this, yeah, that's okay. I guess I'd better finish it. You don't have to watch the whole video if you don't want to. I'm just going to finish it off here. So we draw that vertical line. Copy it. Control C, Control V. Sorry, 5. Put it on here. That's okay. Oh, maybe a little bit. Okay, I'll go Alt 0 for small movement. Get it to where it looks right. And then I'll draw a little box here. Hold down the Shift key, of course, so I can have a skinny box. And F12, window, bring that skinny box up to here, and enter, and then just these little bits here we need to add on. So I just draw it from there to there. That's pretty subtle. I'm going to copy that and paste it. There, Alt 0. I'll get it exactly in the right place. Okay. Now, you might want to save this because you might want to use it somewhere else. And so if you want to save it, oh, hang on, this box looks a little out of place. I'm just going to make it a bit better centered. There we go. Now, if we wanted to save this, we can save it as a library detail. So to save it as a library detail, we select it, which we go F12 and go around the whole thing. And then we go Edit, Add to Library. Now we have a lot of libraries here. we can create a new library. We'll assume you want to create your own new library. So I'm going to just call it new library. And we're going to use this library, like we're using the new library, use it, and then we'll call the detail assembly1. And it's saved. Now we can recall it anytime we want. Let's go to new drawing. We won't save any of these changes. Press escape to get out of drawing. Right click to place to bring up this menu. Hit library detail. You remember it was in new library. So we pick assembly1. You can add more to this library, of course. Assembly1, import detail from library, and there it is. If we press 5 to switch to larger movements, we can move it around quicker. If we hold down the shift key and press the up arrow, we can make it bigger. We can make it, of course, a lot smaller. If it's very large, you might want to make the lines thicker. To do that, you select it, and then you go to Edit, DYO line box circle properties, and give it a thicker line thickness. Now that doesn't work for the quarter circles, but it works for a lot of things. That's about it. That should be enough for now. Thank you for listening. Bye.